One and rolling. Click.
Welcome to our show. This is the show where I try to make things as simple as possible and Ivan tries to make things as difficult as possible. Where basically we cook the same meal. I totally cheat. So this time we're doing even
Seafood linguini.
seafood linguini, which is obviously linguini pasta. I'm totally cheating by using the Cully and Sully seafood chowder. Ivan's cooking everything from scratch. So for me, it's pretty simple. I'm going to pop some linguini into the water. I'm going to add a little bit of butter, my seafood mix, my mussels, my peas, my tomatoes, a bit of lemon juice, a bit of Parmesan into the pot, cook it up, add it to the linguini, garnish it a little bit, and hey presto, that will be done. What are you doing?
I'm going to sweat some shallot. So I'm going to sweat some shallot and some garlic. I'm going to add some chili flakes. I'm going to sweat them in butter and olive oil. I'm going to add some chili flakes. Then I'm going to add my selection of fish. So here I've got some mussels, some smoked haddock, scallops, salmon, pollock, and I've got some big shrimps there. I'm going to cook those down. Then I'm going to add some lemon juice and lemon zest. I'm going to add some Parmesan to help it thicken slightly and some cream. Then I'm going to be using fresh pasta, soft pasta. So that's going to cook in literally 3 minutes. And then I'm going to drain that, add that to my sauce, and it will be delicious, ready to go in about the same time. I'm also going to finish it with some lovely Mediterranean herbs. So I'm going with some coriander, I'm going with some lovely chervil here, and a lovely bit of fennel.
That all sounds very complicated. I hope it's going to look
I'm
good.
going to make it look simple and delicious.
Okay, so I'm going to get going. You can get going there as well.
Can
I'm
I
going
get
to just
going
pop
too?
some butter in here.
Okay, well, I'm
Good
going to
hot
take the lid
pan.
off.
This is my fish mix, which we just picked up from the fishmongers. It's pretty simple. You can get it in the supermarket. So throw that in here. Listen to that crisp. Ah, that's fantastic. Get the oil going. Bit of seasoning. And a bit of pepper. And actually, I'm going to throw my mussels in. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to give that 2 seconds.
The wind is taking care of my shallot skins for me here.
Yeah, that's going to be so quick. I'm going to get my pasta in.
Well, you need to get your pasta in because that's going to take like 8 or 9 minutes to cook.
Did you just hear that gas going off?
I did just hear the gas going off. I hope it's not a sign of it's going out of gas.
Not at all.
I'm putting my shallots in there now. You hear them sizzle a little bit there. My pan, I just popped my pan on and it was a little bit hot. So that's why I'm staying before I put my butter in. I'm going to put some butter into that as well. But I had my pan on a second ago there just to warm it up and that actually got quite hot.
So my timing is basically the pasta. When the pasta's cooked, everything else should be ready. So my fish is fried off there and seasoned. Actually, that's too many mussels. I'm going to take some of them back. Because really we're only cooking for a 2. And I'm actually going to put in half only of this chowder. Because one pot does about 4 people probably. So about half of that in there.
But I'm cutting my fish now into nice sized bits so it cooks nice and quickly.
Speak up there a small bit, Ivy, I'd say.
Sorry, I'm cutting my fish into nice sized bits so they cook nice and easily. Just going to cut my prawns.
So, cook the mussels really in the steam until they begin to open. It's that simple. Put this over here, out of the way.
Now,
Lid on. Let's give this.
okay. Now, I'm putting a little bit of butter on top of my shallots.
Oh, this is lovely and warm. We're just in the springtime now, and it's getting chilly in the evening. So that's lovely. How are you doing there, Ive?
I'm doing well actually. I've got my I've got my shrimp, I've got my salmon, I've got my smoked haddock ready to go. I'm just crushing a little garlic clove slightly. Then I'm going to chop it very coarsely, so slice it really, slice it slightly crushed. And I'm going to just get it to soften down the butter.
Okay, if I have 2 seconds there, I've pretty much got everything cooked there now. So I'm going to throw in some peas, which are lovely and add a delicious sweetness. I'm going to put in a few tomatoes. This is inspired by my daughter, actually, who loves tomatoes to start with. But also, they add a lovely colour. So just going to cut these ones. These ones are quite big cherry tomatoes, so I'll just cut them in 4. Throw them in there. A little bit of herb. I've got parsley and I've got fennel. So just I can keep a little bit back for the end as well for garnish. And I'm not going to add my lemon juice quite yet. What I am going to add is quite a bit more cream because actually it just really helps
make it lovely soft and sloppy and saucy.
Yeah, and just kind of, you know, chowder requires quite a bit of cream. Using our chowder, Seafood Linguini requires quite a bit of cream, and our chowder is a little bit more spuddy than you'd normally make it. Normally you wouldn't add spud at all, and our chowder does have a little bit of spud in it. So you just taste it a little. That's actually delicious now. I'm nearly done it, eh?
Well, I'm getting there now.
Pasta still has a little bit more time in it. So actually, I'm going to.
I nearly forgot my scallops.
And finally, a little bit of lemon juice. Look at that, for a little bit of acidity. And I think I'm going to just, maybe I'll leave it evaporate a small bit more while I can.
Right, well I've got mine now. My fish is just cooking, so I'm going to add a dash of white wine now to deglaze it. I've added a pinch of chili flake. I'm going to add a little dash of white wine. And that'll just help my fish steam. So I'm going to put a lid on for a few seconds for the fish to steam cooked. Then I'm going to take it off, then I'm going to add my cream and leave the lid off so as it can reduce.
This is a little wild garlic, which is just in season now, butter that we made up earlier. So I'm going to just pop that into our amazing grill back here for 2 seconds. It'll cook so ridiculously fast. I nearly took my finger off a bit like Ivan nearly did earlier, actually. Okay.
Now that's my fish is cooked. So I'm going to turn my heat up now.
Don't let me forget about that, our toast.
I'll try not to. Now,
There.
I wonder, is my gas getting a little bit low?
It's losing a bit of action, is it? That's still not cooked. Ooh, I can hear this going. This going already.
Now, I've got mine beginning to bubble there, so I'm looking for a little bit more heat. But now I'm going to add some to this. Now I'm going to add a little bit of Parmesan cheese.
This cooker is at about 400 degrees. So just going to maybe just save this for a second.
I'm going to add some lemon zest as well, which will make it really nice and lively.
Pop that down there for a moment. I can go back in again in a minute if we like. So actually, if I put my pasta in first, which would have been very wise, I would have been well finished at this stage. You haven't even started cooking your pasta yet, have you?
No, I haven't, but you know, I'm kind of waiting for you to finish, so
Oh yeah, there's quite a bit of cooking in that pasta.
there is quite a bit of cooking in that pasta. And my sauce is, with the exception of just reducing down slightly now, my sauce is ready to go. I'm going to put my herbs in, let all the flavours come together.
So tell us a little bit about, in my case, what I've done is I've pretty much bought everything. Beautiful peas, which just are such a fantastic frozen product. Bought my things, cooked it all together. What has gone into yours before even getting to this point?
So you got fish mix, which was ready prepped, and you've got frozen peas and things like that, so yours was really easy. I bought fillets of salmon, fillets of haddock, some shrimp, some mussels, so I had to scrub the mussels. I had to skin and debone, fillet all my fish. I had to clean my scallops and just prep them nicely. So then I had to chop and sweat my shallot. And then my chili flakes and things like that was just a pinch of that in and out. So, like, really the difference in mine is the prepping of the fish. And then, of course, I'm using soft pasta. Now, you can get lovely soft pasta from your local cheese shops often sell it. You can buy it in the supermarket.
What about making your own pasta?
you know, making your own pasta is a kind of another technique. It's great. It's wonderful to do it. It's labour and it's a little bit time consuming. It seems daunting, but it's not nearly as difficult once you get used to it.
Well, and I think we do somewhere. If we don't have it, we'll definitely put it up
We
there.
do. I did a video of the pasta that I made the other day.
As a matter of interest, can you make pasta if you don't have a little pasta machine?
You can. You can, but it's a real labour of love. So you make your pasta, you make your bowl of dough, you bring it together, you knead it for ages by hand, then you take off a piece and you roll it with a rolling pin. Roll it into as long a strip as you can. You need to be able to sort of almost read through it.
Right. Read through
it, and then you see it's a long strip. So like, I don't know, this wide if you like,
Yeah.
and as long as you can till it's really thin, depending on how thick your bowl was to begin with. But you'll need to do this in bits. Like you won't be able to do your whole bowl of pasta in one go, unless you do like a single egg. And then you roll it, and then you roll that into like a really tight Swiss roll, and then cut across it with a knife, and then you unroll it into long strands of pasta.
Oh, I see. So, okay, and then it'll actually unroll, will it?
Yeah.
It will actually unroll.
As long as your pasta's dry enough, which it should be if you've made it yourself.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a matter of getting the consistency right.
So it's a bit of a labour of love, you're telling me,
It's a
basically.
bit of a labour of love, yeah.
So, actually, my pasta's ready there. Do you need to get your pasta on?
I need to get my pasta on, actually, yeah.
Now, that's beautiful there. My pasta's going to go straight into that.
Now, I was hoping for a
I
second.
don't mind that extra bit of water. You can see the water dripping out there. Just that's okay. That doesn't bother me in the slightest.
No, it's very good. The best thing to loosen your pasta sauce with, is a little bit of the cooking water from the pan.
So you can leave this cook out as much or as little as you like to whatever coating consistency you like. As that is reducing. Which side of the grater to use? So, you know, you can get the fancy stuff, these microplanes. You probably have a microplane there somewhere, maybe we don't do. Or just the big chunky side. This is going to melt in anyway, so, I mean, it's kind of more designed for cheddar. You can use cheddar or whatever cheese you like. But I can just put a little bit in there. And the Parmesan just sort of, well, it's Italian and pasta's Italian. And it thickens it up a little bit.
And it adds seasoning, it adds salt.
It adds salt to it.
It
Actually,
adds umami.
speaking of which, there probably wasn't quite enough salt in our water that we were cooking our pasta in, so I can just add a little bit more salt there. So this, you can just see now, is beginning to thicken up a small bit. And I'm going to just grab my toast.
Oh, don't burn your toast.
No. Pop that back in there for a second.
Now, I think my flame has gone a little low, so it's not actually coming up to the boil quickly enough. So my sauce is taking. It's not evaporating quite quickly enough.
This is the part of the joys of
cooking outdoors.
cooking outdoors, which is
Turn it off because I don't want my fish to get any more cooked than it is.
so. Now this presentation. We emphasize presentation every time, and it's really important. And it doesn't matter who you're cooking for. You've got to try and get it. I mean, my famous one is when I was giving my kids eggs for the first time, or poached eggs on toast. Just make it delicious. Like, it's really important, and there's no need not to. And, you know, when you're having your dinner, sit down at the table, make the most of it. Don't rush it. Don't have every meal. Sometimes you have to have a meal at the island, as we all seem to have these days. But other times, when you have time, just sit down and enjoy your meal. Those are beautiful
You can turn
little toast.
You can turn that hob over if you want, Kelly.
This one here. Turn that off. Steam is quite dramatic though.
Steam is dramatic.
Now. Okay. So, bit of pasta, which I'm going to be nice and neat with, and then I spill it over my things. A few mussels. Oops. We can give the plate a little wipe at the end. A few tomatoes. Where's my tomatoes gone to? You can see the lovely red tomatoes there. Do it in threes. Why not? Okay. Those little splashes we can just deal with like this. Look at that. And go again. So it's like they were never there. Pop that up there. Again, a little bit of Parmesan. I might go this way. For flakes of Parmesan. Why not? A little bit of pepper. Always good. A small sprinkling of salt maybe. And actually a little bit more herb. Just over the top. I'm done, Ive. How are you doing?
I'm done actually.
You're done.
I am done. I'm just scooping the last little bit of sauce out.
That pasta does cook quick, doesn't it?
It surely does, yeah.
It surely does.
I've got a little bit actually, more than I need.
That's okay.
But
Normally we do this for a family. So normally yours might be in a restaurant style. Actually, that's looking pretty. I'm very impressed with myself as a bit of a novice at this game. We're getting better. My surface could be a little tidier, but yes, here we go. Ive, how's yours looking?
mine is looking great.
No, a little knife and a little fork. I think is just what I need. You know what I might do? A little.
You know what I'm going to do? Actually, I'm going to chop a little bit of extra herb just to sprinkle over the top.
So, in terms of cooking time and making it, yours is a good more prep beforehand. But actually,
the cooking time isn't hugely different.
once you get going, once you're out to this point, that's you. I mean, this is a quick dish for both of us.
It's a quick dish, but I had a good bit of cook ahead.
So, if you were doing this for lunch, what time do you think you'd start cooking at?
Well, I'd start prepping the fish. Like, if I was doing it for lunch, you'd want to have the fish. You want to start prepping the fish and things like that. So, you know, take half an hour to do it.
Depending on where your fish is as well.
Yeah,
I
depending on
suppose.
what the fish is. And
If you've just caught it out in Ballycotton Bay the day before, there might be a bit more work in it than if you
Yes.
get out to the fishmongers and it's filleted at the very least.
Yeah. I'm actually going to get a little jab of lemon juice.
I'm going to taste this while it's still warm.
Okay.
What did we nearly forget?
Oh, the garlic bread.
The garlic bread. Look at that.
So,
Guys, garlic bread is delicious. Show it to the camera.
where's my camera? My camera's gone over here. There you go. That's mine now.
Okay, come over here to the front maybe and we'll compare the two of them. I'm getting closer to you, Ive, am I?
Well, now you are.
Very funny. Okay, so that's presentation. You guys can judge. Time is you started probably if you're doing it for lunch.
Yeah, you want to. Like, it depends on like. You can prep the fish the day
You want to
before.
be thinking at 11 o'clock about
Yeah,
about
you
lunch.
want. Yeah, just getting your fish prepped, getting your mise en place, getting your bits and bobs.
Whereas I'm sort of like 12:30. Oh golly,
Yeah.
I've got the kids to feed in half an hour.
Bag of
Taste.
fish mix. Well, I haven't tasted yours, but here with it.
Here, I'll have a little taste of mine. I won't touch that side. This is really good, actually. Which is my side? This is my side. Is this?
That's your side.
Yeah. No mixing. We're all getting good at this. No mixing now.
Yeah, I thought mine was a little runny at the beginning, but it's actually the pasta's absorbed it.
You can really taste the wine, and really taste the like in a good way. You can taste the depth of your sauce.
That's a lovely little garlic toast.
Yeah, try it. I mean, this is nice, but yours is definitely a good bit nicer.
Well, you can taste the potato base,
Yeah.
which is your kind of not. But I mean, certainly, if you're hungry and you come in the evening and you just want your dinner,
Well, put it this way. I thought this was delicious till I tasted yours, and then I went, ooh, yeah. You can see what the advantage of doing all those reductions are, really,
Yeah.
can't you? But I think two good products.
very nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Delicious. Well done, Cully.
Very good. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Very good. Till next time.